So, what's the deal with bad jokes? Believe it or not, they can be pretty powerful. Today, we're going to dive into a conversation that looks super simple at first, but trust me, it tells us a whole lot about friendship, communication, and why sometimes a really terrible joke is exactly what someone needs to hear. I mean, you've totally been there, right? Your friend is having a rough day and you reach for the only tool you can think of, a completely awful, groan-worthy joke. You know it's bad, they know it's bad, but you tell it anyway. That exact moment is what this whole story is about. All right, let's meet our two friends here, Charlie and Hashim. And as you can probably tell, Hashim is not having the best day. So Charlie, being a good friend, decides he's going to be the one to turn things around. And his weapon of choice? A whole bunch of terrible jokes. Okay, so first things first, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off with Hashim explaining exactly why he's feeling so bummed out. Hashim lays it all out there. He's feeling down, and he's pretty sure it's because of all this rain. But pay close attention to the way he phrases it. Getting to me. This is our first piece of real talk we're going to break down. So, when Hashim says the rain is getting to him, what does he really mean? Well, it's pretty simple. It just means it's annoying him. It's bothering him. It's just slowly wearing him down and putting him in a bad mood. It's a super common way to say something is just bugging you. So Hashim's feeling down. And now, in comes Charlie. He hears his friend is in a slump, and he immediately jumps into action with a very, very specific plan. And there it is, Charlie's big idea. He's absolutely convinced that a couple of good laughs are the answer. And what's really interesting here are the two phrases he uses, cheer you up and killer jokes. Now, the phrase cheer you up is an absolute classic. It's not just about feeling happy, it's about someone else actively trying to make you feel happier, to lift your spirits. And then you've got his promise of killer jokes. Now, in this case, killer has absolutely nothing to do with being dangerous. It's just casual slang for something that's amazing, fantastic, or just really, really good. So Charlie's setting the bar pretty high for himself. Let's see if he can actually pull it off. All right, here we go. Joke number 1. This one's a classic riddle. A cowboy rides into town on Sunday, he stays for 3 days, and he leaves on Sunday. How in the world is that possible? Go on, give it a second. But because his horse's name is Sunday. Yup, it's a total dad joke, right? It's all about that little word trick. So the big question is, did this killer joke actually work on Hashim? Okay, the joke is out there. Now comes the moment of truth, the reaction. Let's see if Charlie's master plan is working. Oof. Yeah, that's not the laugh Charlie was going for, was it? Hashim gets the joke, sure, but he is not impressed. And that phrase he uses, blow me away, that's our next piece of real talk to dig into. See, when something blows you away, it means it really impresses you. Like it's amazing, it's surprising, it's just wow. So when Hashim says it didn't blow him away, he's basically saying, yeah, that joke was fine, I guess. But you gotta give it to Charlie, he doesn't give up. He goes right back in with another all-time classic. Why is 6 afraid of 7? I have a feeling a lot of you already know where this is going. Because 7, 8, 9. Get it? 8. It's a pun, a play on words. Okay, surely this one got a chuckle out of him, right? And nope, strike 2 for Charlie. Hashim's even more blunt this time. He gets it, he just doesn't think it's funny at all. At this point, it really seems like Charlie's mission to cheer him up is a total failure. All right, before we get to the big finish, let's do a quick little recap of all the informal English we've pulled out of this conversation. It's pretty amazing how much meaning gets packed into these everyday phrases. So, right, we had Hashim using to tell you the truth, to be open and honest, and talking about how the weather was getting to him. Then Charlie jumped in to cheer him up with what he promised were killer jokes, but they really didn't blow him away. All of these are awesome phrases to have in your back pocket for everyday conversations. Okay, so we've established the jokes were terrible, the mission failed. Or did it? This is where the entire story takes a really interesting turn. And there it is, right there. Even though the jokes were duds, Hashim admits it, he actually feels better. So the million-dollar question is, how is that even possible? This is really the most important question of this whole thing. The jokes themselves, they did nothing. They were a total flop. So what was the secret ingredient? What was it that actually made Hashim feel better? And that's the answer. This is the heart of it all. It was never about how good the jokes were. It was about how good the friendship was. It was the simple fact that Charlie tried. He saw his friend was down and he did something, anything at all, to help. The intention was so much more powerful than the punchlines. So what do we take away from all this? Well, this simple little story kind of suggests that the act of trying, of just showing someone that you care, can say so much more than even the most perfect words. And it leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. What really matters more in the end? The words we say or the reason we're saying them?